Hello toppers, this video is regarding COVID-19 related MCQs part 2. In this second part, we will be dealing with the laboratory investigations and we will be dealing with the protocol of COVID treatment, and then at last we will be dealing with the available vaccines in overall. So first, regarding molecular test, we will be taking the respiratory sample in two methods, that is from lower respiratory tract in the form of bronchoalveolar lavage, tracheal aspirate or sputum, and if we are collecting sample from upper respiratory tract, we will be obtaining it as nasopharyngeal swab and oropharyngeal swab. We know the most commonly used method is upper respiratory tract swab collection only. Then so, nucleic acid amplification testing, I had made some spelling mistake, so just note it down. So, in this NAAT, RT-PCR is the golden standard method and we all know about it. So, the most important clue to remember is for the window period of up to 5 days after exposure, the RT-PCR test will be negative. So, already we had seen regarding the period of communicability, like in case of mild cases, how many days RT-PCR will be positive in the previous video. If you had not seen, you just check it out. Then chest X-ray examination, then HRCT, which is most commonly used for COVID. And in case of HRCT, that is high resolution computed tomography, the most common finding is ground glass appearance, reversed halo sign. Then in case of lung ultrasound, we can see focal interstitial pattern up to white lung. And in case of complete blood count, what we can see in early stage, normal or decreased total white blood count, that is leukopenia. Then decreased lymphocyte count, that also we can see in early stage. So, we can get increased values of liver enzymes, lactate dehydrogenase, muscle enzymes and C-reactive protein. So, C-reactive protein is nothing but acute phase reactant. So, whenever there is any simple inflammation, surely there will be increased C-reactive protein, that is CRP. Then the most interesting factor associated with COVID-19 is increased D-dimer. So, D-dimer is completely used for evaluating the microcoagulations happening in the blood. So, the most interesting factor is that this COVID-19 virus is completely associated with another one pathology, that is microcoagulation. So, if the D-dimer is increased, it is showing that the activity of coagulation is more in blood. So, in that case we have to go for blood thinners, and it may lead to lot of morbidity and mortality if we are not managing this increased D-dimer. Confirmed COVID-19 cases. So, here I am just showing the most overall protocol of dealing with COVID-19 cases as per Park's latest edition. So, in case of very mild or pre-symptomatic cases, we can discharge after 10 days of symptom onset, and if there is no fever for 3 days, then there is no need of doing RT-PCR before discharge. Then in case of moderate cases, there are two. First one, fever resolved within 3 days and oxygen saturation maintained without support. If the patient is like this, then the discharge can be after 10 days of symptom onset, absence of fever without antipyretics, resolution of breathlessness and no oxygen requirement. Then if symptoms had not been resolved and demand of oxygen therapy continues, then how we can discharge the patient? We can discharge only after the resolution of clinical symptoms, and ability to maintain oxygen saturation for 3 consecutive days, and this protocol has to be followed to avoid morbidity or mortality. Then in case of severe cases, discharge only after clinical recovery, and patient tested negative once by RT-PCR after resolution of symptoms. So, in case of mild, there is no need of RT-PCR during discharge, but in case of severe cases, we have to go for RT-PCR negative. Let's see regarding the available vaccine. The first one is Covishield. So, Covishield is a recombinant chimpanzee adenovirus vector vaccine. It is administered intramuscularly in deltoid muscle, and it has 2 doses, and we can give those 2 doses in 28 days apart, and it can be stored at 2 to 8 degrees Celsius. Covaxin. So, it is an inactivated coronavirus vaccine. It was developed by Bharat Biotech in collaboration with ICMR and NIV Pune, that is National Institute of Virology Pune. ICMR is Indian Council of Medical Research. Then here also the same thing can be followed, that is there are 2 doses and it can be given at 28 days apart, and the storage can be maintained at 22 to 8 degrees Celsius. Then comes Pfizer BioNTech COVID-19 vaccine. So, it is obtained from messenger RNA vaccine with 95% efficacy. 2 doses intramuscularly 3 weeks apart. Then the storage is at minus 70 degrees Celsius. Moderna COVID-19 vaccine. So, it is also obtained from messenger RNA, and 2 doses given intramuscularly 1 month apart, and the storage is from minus 25 degrees Celsius to minus 15 degrees Celsius. So, thank you so much. These informations were completely available from the latest edition of PARC. Here I am not discussing regarding the exact treatment and medicine part, and thank you so much.